Hi guys, this is our presentation on screen addiction. I'm Quinn Anderson and I'm presenting with Christina and Brian. What is screen addiction? In an increasingly technological society, the use of screens is increasingly prevalent. Screen time is defined as activities done in front of a screen. Screen time ranges from being on your phone, watching TV, working on your computer, to even playing video games. For the most part, being on your screen is a sedentary activity and one where you are not expending energy. Unfortunately, excessive screen time can lead to negative side effects. Some of these side effects can include problems sleeping, eye strain, wrist strain, weight gain, increased blood pressure, altered brain function, and even depression. Particularly in children, side effects can include sleeping problems, lower grades in school, weight problems, mood problems, poor self-image and body issues, and or the fear of missing out. Overall, these negative side effects of screen time are compounded by screen addiction. Screen time acts as a digital drug for our brains and affects the frontal cortex of our brains like cocaine does. Screen time actually releases dopamine, meaning humans get pleasure from being on screens regardless of the side effects. This pleasure reward cycle, along with the negative side effects, can wreck people's lives. As we explore the concept of screen addiction, it is important to acknowledge the different facets that screens play in our lives. In 2022, screens and technology are essential to jobs and school, and they can help make processes and aspects of our life so much more efficient. It is apparent that our future will include the use of technology and screens, and it is important to combat some of the negative side effects of screen time while balancing reducing screen time, especially in those most vulnerable affected. It is also important to acknowledge the different perspectives that both technology and technological companies have along with other humans. From a technological perspective, screen addiction was what drives technology companies. Technology companies have been becoming more focused on the amount of time a user spends on their device rather than the numbers of users in general. Technology companies want people to use their product more, and thus, from a technological perspective, the screen addiction phenomenon can actually benefit companies. Companies can design applications that are addictive and products that keep the user engaged and releasing pleasure, excuse me. Technology companies can actually have capitalist interests where they want more people using their products and ultimately having screen addiction. When examining the perspective of humans in relation to screen addiction, one question stands out the most. Why would humans keep using screens even with its obvious negative side effects? Essentially, a major effect of screen time is that it stimulates the mesolimbic dopamine pleasure pathway in the brain. Dopamine is a key neurotransmitter that is involved in pleasure. The screen addiction phenomenon is heightened as users of screen time feel and get pleasure off of using a screen. And regardless of the side effects, people feel pleasure first, and that links in with screen addiction. People keep using screens because of the pleasure it releases, and this contributes to the screen addiction phenomenon. Another perspective from humans is in an increasingly technological society, they need the ability to stay connected with people. Without access to technology, it can be difficult for people to stay in touch and talk with other people that they care about. In professional settings, it is essential to be able to send emails, talk over Zoom, and have ways to communicate without being in person. For example, we saw that during COVID-19, during the pandemic, there was a necessity for Zoom and online office work, and humans needed screens in order to work. Furthermore, communicating with loved ones, especially those who are far away, is reliant on screen time. The screen addiction phenomenon can be better understood by knowing the ability to communicate both professionally and socially over screens with other people by humans.
The next topic we'd like to discuss are the current statistics regarding screen addiction. There are dozens of statistics regarding screen addiction in our current time. However, there is a category of screen usage that garners the most attention, the smartphone. This category of screen usage has been researched thoroughly and provides insight on the harmful effect it has on its users. The average smartphone user touches their phone around 2,617 times a day, while heavy users touch their phone around 5,427 times a day. This is alarming as users are starting to build an extreme attachment to their smartphones and shows exactly how large the addiction is getting. 80% of smartphone users check their phone within 1 hour before going to sleep, while 35% of users check their phone within 5 minutes of going to sleep. The effect of smartphone use before going to bed is harmful, although it seems harmless. The smartphone emits blue light that can disturb the production of melatonin in your body, which is the hormone that regulates the sleep and wake cycle. Disturbing the production of this hormone will cause problems the following morning, as you might have not rested well enough, or you feel drowsy although you slept enough. 26% of car accidents are caused by smartphones. This displays the screen addiction by showing how users feel the need to check their phone even when knowing it could result in a severe accident. There is a significant positive correlation found between duration of internet use and the negative effect on scores of medical undergrad students. These are just a small portion of the statistics which involve the effect of smartphones on the daily lives of users. But as mobile screen time has increased rapidly, especially among college students, there is a link between phone screen time and depressive symptoms. There was a study done at the College of Health and Wellness at Johnson and Wales University to uncover more about the correlation between developing depressive symptoms and on college students. These findings are important as depression is one of the leading causes of disability worldwide. For college students, this is crucial as entering a depressive state due to increased screen time use negatively impact various aspects of someone's life. And when at college, this is a time to build a bright future and find new communities, which is why it is necessary to reduce screen time use and have the college students focus more on their health.
Technology companies thrive off user engagement. They work towards increasing screen time on devices and apps by creating addictive designs such as the infinite scroll or personalized ads. In recent years, large companies and popular apps have implemented features intended for the user to limit their screen time. Apple introduced Screen Time, a tool used to track individual engagement on a device, as well as tools allowing users to restrict time spent on any singular app, and a downtime feature that allows you to limit notifications and alerts from apps you choose to make taking a break from work and social media easier. Google and other companies have also equipped their devices with similar features aimed to allow users to monitor and limit their screen time. So how can I limit my screen time? Some ways users can begin to limit their screen time is by utilizing these settings on their apps and devices that track screen time and offer other ways to limit your time spent on your device. Users can turn off notifications for apps that are not urgent. Less notifications would provide the user with less reasons to pick up their phone. They could delete social media apps or hide them from their home screen so they are less accessible. By making apps less accessible, the user would choose to go on the apps less frequently, and therefore they go on their device less frequently. They can turn on Do Not Disturb to silence notifications and take a break from their device. They can schedule downtime to silence notifications from apps of their choice in order to help them take time away from their screen. They can utilize app limits to limit the time spent on an app. Once their time is up, their phone will alert them and lock them out of the app afterwards. It is important to make yourself aware of how much time you are spending on your devices and actively try to spend less time disconnected from the world around you. Find other hobbies to pass the time. Instead of taking a break from work on your computer by scrolling on your smartphone, try reading a book or doodle on a scrap piece of paper. You could also start a conversation with someone, play a game of I Spy, eat a snack, go for a walk, or do anything other than spend more time on a screen. Why is Instagram so addictive? Instagram is addictive because there are endless ways to continue to use the app, and likes, comments, and shares provide positive reinforcement to the user. Unlike games where you eventually die or complete a level, or your email where you can finish checking every email, Instagram has made it almost impossible to ever finish using the app. Once you have finished seeing posts of people you follow, Instagram will show you sponsored or suggested posts. This will allow you to scroll infinitely through posts. When you post a photo or a comment, Instagram's features allow you to receive likes and comments on your photo or comment. This makes you more likely to post and comment again and again to receive more likes and comments. You can also watch stories and send direct messages to your friends, watch Instagram Reels infinitely, or even check out posts on the Explore page. Instagram has plenty of push notifications that will keep the user coming back to the app for more. Our modified Instagram aimed to reduce screen addiction in its user, would include a finite scroll of strictly users that you follow. This feature would allow users to continue to be engaged on the app while also limiting the time they need to spend on the app. All the posts that the user was expecting to see will be made available in their personal feed, but personalized ads and sponsored posts would not be made available from their personal feed. This would provide an end to the scrolling and would help users limit their screen time on the app. Once the user has seen all the new posts, they will receive an alert stating that they are all up to date. The next feature of our modified Instagram would be the option of muted colors within the app. This feature would be on by default, but Instagram would allow users to toggle it off. This feature would allow users to trick their brain into thinking that the app is less fun because it is less colorful. Users would be less likely to spend absurd amounts of time on the app with this new feature. Another feature would include an alert after 10 minutes on the app, offering the option to close the app or continue on the app. This feature would help users be more aware about their time spent on the app and encourage them to disconnect from the app. In Instagram settings, the user can change the time interval of the alert. Another Instagram feature we would like to modify is the push notification system. The tactic of push notifications has been around for a long time, and their positive impact for growth keeps the business sending them all the time. Interestingly, push notifications are often seen as an annoyance for all parties, the companies and the users. However, the reason they are so valuable is because they keep the user engaged. It reminds the user that the app is there, luring them to return and engage more in the app. For our modification, the push notifications system would be reduced instead of being further experimented on to increase the engagement of the users. Given the push notifications would be optimized to try and do more with less. Have each notification be impactful, limiting the amount of meaningless, enticing notifications that would only lead to increased addiction. While this seems counterintuitive for the company, it is taking in account the health of the users in hope of a brighter future with decreased screen addiction. Here's our wireframe of what our new and modified Instagram app would look like. The first phone shows the notification that you receive when you are all up to date on the most recent posts. The second phone shows settings where you could toggle off the mute color in case you wanted to see the real color of photos or etc. The third phone shows the alert that you receive after 10 minutes spent on the app, asking if you would like to take a break. And the fourth phone shows that there are no new notifications because Instagram has less notifications. Thank you for listening.